Hello, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ. How are you today? I was just kidding. Hi, you guys. I'm not playing with God. We're going over Conclave. It's a book that is going to be an adaptation on October the 25th of 2024. If it's something that you're interested in full entirety, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in just a second. So we have a really great cast that's going to be in this movie. A lot of faces that you've seen before in other movies. But this one in particular is going to be based on a pope has died and they have to find a new pope. It's a lot of politics, a lot of scandal within the Catholic Church, and these cardinals have to come together as a vote to be able to find the new pope. And so the story pretty much takes place of one cardinal who is like the main guy who is going to have to tell his story. And we're basically getting his story on the process of the votes. So we're really basically just getting the understanding of the process of how to find a new pope. One of the main characters that's going to be in the book is his story of him telling his events of what he sees and what is happening throughout the church so that he can be able to make the new pope. It's a lot of scandal. It goes sideways pretty quickly, pretty fast because of the scandals that are happening with the popes that are going to be elected. I don't want to go too deep into as far as the Catholic Church and how their politics and the propaganda that happens within the Catholic Church, but I definitely do want to talk about the story in itself on Conclave, so you'll get a chance to see it in adaptations on October the 25th of 2024. So we pretty much get the insiders of a lot of the faces that we see, and you'll get a chance to see it as well as we go over a small trailer of the video. So here it goes right here.
The Pope is dead. The throne is vacant.
The conclave begins now. We're about to choose the most famous man in the world.
And 1.25 billion souls watching.
Let's say this is a pretty fair vision of hell.
Well, don't be blasphemous, Ray. Hell arrives tomorrow when we bring in the cardinals.
No sane man would want the papacy.
Some of our colleagues seem to want it.
So as you go through the movie, I want you to form your own opinions. I want you to make sure that you put it in the comments. I want you to be able to talk about it, and also make sure you follow us on Telegram. It's a Southern Thing Book Club, because we're definitely going to be talking about it over there, because this movie for sure is very, very, very tricky. So we have very different candidates that are going to be a part of the cast, and is going to be the people, main faces that you'll see that get the votes for the Pope's role. So Cardinal Bonini was going to be one of the main faces that are going to try to get the vote to be the new Pope. His role is more Italian, so he is pretty much clicked up with his people that are also from Italian people. And so they're going to give you more of a strict, by the rules, by the book type of feel and throughout this book. Okay, so Cardinal Tremblay is going to be also the next person that is going to be part of the votes. And so he's giving you more of a conservative, reserved role. You can't really tell which side he's going to be on, but throughout the book, he gives you these cringy moments because he is very sneaky and has stuff to hide. Cardinal Tedesco, who is going to be like the muscle throughout this whole entire book. He has this like aura around him, this clique around him, that he's like the big boss man. So he's going to give you a little bit of, I don't know if I should be on his side or not, but he also has like these real strong values that he wants to put not only on the church, but also for the full entire world. So he's really considered kind of like the bad guy throughout the book, because a lot of people don't really value what he values, and so he kind of puts yourself in the bad guy role, so you'll have to watch out for him as well throughout this whole thing. So but he's definitely going to try to redirect a lot of it because he has such a big clique that comes apart with him. So my two people, Tribale so far, and Trajeski is one of those two people that you want to check out the book and also in this movie. So lastly, you have Cardinal Abeletti. Abeletti is one of the black popes You're going to see him. He has some strong values as well, but he also has a big class that he wants to pass, and he also has this feel like he likes to be isolated by himself. You don't know how tricky he could be throughout the book, but he definitely gives you a strong presence that he's there. And because, of course, people want to see him as the first Black Pope, it's going to be an interesting read. So as you go through this book, you really are going to find out, what do these people have to hide? Of course, we're trying to make, scandal throughout the book. And I guess they're going to also add some, little droppings that they have throughout the movie. But this is really just going to show what is going on behind the scenes as we are talking about Catholic Church and finding a new pope. So it's going to be very, very interesting, but don't fault me for the spoilers that I have. We're getting to the parts where they have it. So it's not completely shocking when you hear certain things about sex scandals that's going on between some of the cardinals and how they have history of being scandalous. That's what really pretty much our people are looking for, and that's exactly what's happening. So you have one of the cardinals, especially the Black cardinal, who has had dealings with women in Africa, and one in particular he ends up impregnating. But in order for him to continue his journey as being a first Black Pope, he has to leave that aside, and he go ahead and moves to Europe, where he can be able to pursue his history of being one of the first Black popes and getting his clique together so that he can be able to find a that role and actually basically close the case on being the first Black pope. So then you have the other ones that have to deal with sodomy, and then they basically are just trying to break down, money laundering, racketeering, and some other stuff that's happening throughout the book. You really have to brace yourself, because as a person who might be a Catholic worshiper, this is kind of deep and dark that they have changed this in order to make this for entertainment for TV. So the biggest shock, and for people who are read the book and are going to see this movie, I want you to know why this is going to be uproar in this doggone church. All right. So the big scandal that's going on in this book, and why this book is going to actually be an uproar and the movie is going to be an uproar for Catholic people, is the fact that one of the cardinals by the name of Benitez has come from a far land, and he is very, very prestige. He has a lot of people who have known of his work, have known about his history, but they have never really seen his face. He was actually introduced as a cardinal from the Pope that just has passed. Now, this was done in secret. It was something that they done between him and God, and that was what they presented. But what the scandal that really is that this person that is so humble, is so approachable, is so great to be around, is actually a genetic woman. Yes, I am saying to you guys that the person that they have elected that ended up getting all of the votes at the end of this ballot, I think it took about 8 ballots, ended up being a genetic woman. And this genetic woman, after everyone has talked about it, after everybody made their elections, they end up talking about it. And a lot of people already knew that that was a genetic woman. And they speak about it, and they still allow it to happen. They still allow her to be the new pope. Now, later on down the road, I'm pretty sure if there was another book that was to happen, this would actually be an issue, because of course they're going to have to do embalming, they're going to have to do an autopsy, they're going to have to do all of these things, that they're going to have to do doctor visits and certain things like that. And so they'll eventually find out, but everybody is okay with it, and everybody's going to move on just because of the good characteristics. Imagine this happening in real life. But now we're talking about it in this book. This book was very interesting all the way to the very, very end. I will say it is going to cause some chaos, but I want to hear from you guys. Please make sure that you comment. Please make sure you like. Please make sure you subscribe. Don't forget we have Telegram, where we're going to be over there talking about this. I can't wait to do another review when the movie comes out on October 25th of 2024. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Bye, guys.